I've been interested in paranormal all my life. It actually throws a lot of people off, but I'm actually the skeptic of our group. Uh, so the app version, I started this as a website probably like 10 years ago, and then 5 years ago it started on the App Store and Google Play, and I've just kind of been tweaking it since then. But it's mostly just because actually, I always searched for something like this when I was younger, and I could never find it. So I always
Yeah,
wanted to. So I just decided to make.
well, hey everybody, welcome back.
Hey everyone.
This is Generation X Paranormal. I'm Logan.
And I'm Nicole.
And guys, you can probably tell I've been sick.
Yes, he has.
Sucks. Yeah, I'll admit I got the ick. I don't know where I got it from.
Riding around in the Jeep with the top down when it was too cold.
Well, listen, okay.
Maybe.
So it was anybody who lives in the general vicinity or the Midwest in general, hell, anywhere that's cold. You get that just god awful winter, where it's like snowing and then you hit the negative 30s and all that kind of stuff. And then you get that one day
It's
where
like 55 degrees and you think it's like
yeah,
80.
it's like, oh my gosh, I can run around here in a tank top and shorts.
Yep.
But no, this was actually 80 degrees the other day. So, we have a Wrangler and I took the top down.
It
And,
wasn't 80 that day. It was only like 60 something.
but it was warm, okay? But apparently I got sick. And, yeah. What can I say? Listen, we are excited to have you guys here. We've got a very interesting show because we obviously we talk to a lot of people that do things in the paranormal, whether it's investigations or whatever have you, UFO, ufology, all that kind of stuff. So we have somebody who's not only a paranormal investigator, but he's actually developed something pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell us a little bit about who you got on?
So his name is Greg Vine, and he is the founder and creator of the Haunted Maps app. So application.
Application.
App on your phone.
That's right.
Greg's been interested in the paranormal as long as he can remember, but he has been investigating since 2019. He's a skeptic who is looking for scientific proof of spirits, but he's developed this Haunted Maps app.
Yeah.
And I actually discovered this about a year ago, and I was like, oh, this is a great idea.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to have him on and speak with him because this is going to change a lot of things for
sure.
those of us that like to, do the paranormal
Do the spooky.
investigation. Yeah,
That's right.
The ghost hunting, the paranormal investigating. So I'm
All right.
excited to speak with him.
Let's
and
do
find
it.
out what this app is all about.
Let's talk to Greg. Well, hey, Greg, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Oh, not too bad. Our audience will probably guess that I've got a little bit of a sniffle because I got kind of the weird sound in my voice. But anyway, other than that, we're doing okay. Welcome to Generation X Paranormal.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So we get quite a few different guests. I mean, most of them are, whether they're investigators or whether they're, authors, psychic, anything from the paranormal. But you bring something very unique to the table, which we're pretty excited about. I don't know that much has existed prior to this. If it has, I've never used it. But this is going to be great. We'll talk more about it. But you created quite an app, so I think it certainly deserves its due. But before we get into that, can you kind of just tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So I've been interested in paranormal all my life. It actually throws a lot of people off, but I'm actually the skeptic of our group. So the app version, I started this as a website probably like 10 years ago, and then 5 years ago it started on the App Store and Google Play, and I've just kind of been tweaking it since then. but it's mostly just because actually I always searched for something like this when I was younger, and I could never find it. So I always
Yeah,
wanted, so I just decided to make it.
yeah, for sure. And I, to tell you the truth, I don't think I've seen anything like it before.
I have not.
Um,
No, I've been searching for stuff. I know, and I know people comment all the time about making like a an Airbnb
right.
type of site where you can find these locations. So your app is perfect. And when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, because when I made it, there was nothing. There's been a few that popped up over the last few years, but they do not have a lot of locations at all. So I
right,
definitely check them.
for
Um,
sure.
and I know there's also like a haunted house one that's really popular, but that's
Yeah,
totally different.
yeah, I've
Right.
seen that one, and
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, it's not, it's got its own great features and things like that. But what I enjoy about yours is the fact that it's not locked down to just one particular type of, well, anything really. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, so you've got a background in paranormal investigation, and congratulations. I'm kind of the skeptic of our group too,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. Um, but which, by the way, I think every good team needs it anyway. But
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about some of the investigations that you've been on. Kind of give us a little bit of a clue of where you've been.
So we actually only started actually investigating places probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Um, and we've mostly just been stuck around the Midwest,
Hmm,
um, especially just having a kid.
sure.
So I, most of the people probably won't really know any places that we've investigated. Uh,
Okay.
we actually did go to kind of right before we started investigating. We went to our honeymoon in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of places there.
Oh yeah. We've got some close friends there, and we've been there ourselves. It's
That
it's a
place.
very haunted city
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
for sure. Well,
So
that's
mostly, yeah, mostly we've been hitting up local places in the Quad Cities, which is eastern Iowa, western Illinois.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we got started, we kind of talked for a second. I'm pretty familiar with the area. That's where my 9 to 5 company kind of resides at the moment. But no, that's cool. Okay, so this is the part where if you're listening to the show, which is fine, please continue to listen. But maybe later, check out the video on YouTube because we're going to present the app. Now, tell me before we bring it on, what I mean, you don't have to go too far under the hood or whatever you do, but what kind of got you to this with the app? I know you said it started as a website. What's kind of the mechanics behind it? Because I think a lot of people may want to know that.
So I go through a third party just because I'm not actually just I can't straight up develop an app. I'm 100%.
Sure.
But it mostly, and this is the website you can't really do. I mostly wanted to do location based, so you're going to see what's around you.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't seem to do that on like websites or anything. So
Right.
I always wanted the app in the back of my mind. I just always been finding ways how to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, building an application anymore, it takes a full team. I mean, there's so much behind it.
Yeah.
So I could see where it'd be a bit difficult to try to nail it down by
Mhm.
yourself, especially having a kid and everything. But okay, well, let's bring it on. Truth be told, this will be the first time we do this, so this will be kind of fun. So if you're listening on the podcast, you're probably like, "What the hell's wrong with these people?" All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share this screen. And Greg, if you want to kind of make sure I got everything. Yeah, so you want to kind of guide me through this and kind of tell us a little bit about where to go and kind of what you think here, what we got here.
Yeah. So right when you open the app, I mean, you're gonna be asked to log in so you can have an account, and then it's gonna ask you for a location. And we only track your location just so we know what's haunted around you. We don't actually use it for anything. It's just only you see that. Um, and then it's going to show everything that's by you that's haunted,
Yeah, there's
and
a
it'll
lot of it.
show. It'll pretty much show how many miles away it is.
Right.
This is the Quad Cities, so it's obviously going to have more than most places. Being
Sure.
yeah, being I know everything about it, the area. So
Nice. We just did an episode on a banshee, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this page you can pretty much scroll down as far as you want. It'll just keep loading and loading.
Wow. So does it just keep expanding its radius as you go further down?
This one, yeah, this one goes on as far as I know forever, as long as you keep scrolling.
Okay. Well,
400 miles away,
yeah, right.
500
Yeah.
miles.
Oh, look, this is in Africa. So this is cool. So let's, since you're kind of familiar with the area, if you want to just give us one to click into and take a look at it.
Yeah, so let's see. Actually, if you want to go down, I can. The most haunted place, the top spot in our area is the Rock Island YMCA. If you
Okay.
can see
So Rock
that,
Island Brewing.
there, the
Oh, there
haunted.
it is.
So this is actually now called the Rock Island Roadhouse,
Okay.
and we actually have just starting last year. We actually have a big Paracon that's here.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
So it's probably the biggest one in our area now.
Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh,
This
yes.
one we have we this one where's our pretty much our home base. We've investigated this place probably like 5 or 6 times. Uh,
Sure.
yeah, we rented this place out many times.
Well, I can just imagine YMCA. There's so many different people that have gone through that.
Yep, yep.
So
So
this.
this is going to basically it'll show some places it'll show a picture. I'm kind of slowly going through adding pictures for everything. Then it'll show the name. It'll some of them will give you a brief history, um, and then some of them, well, I mean, they'll all say what's haunted around there,
Mm-hmm.
and
And it
then
gives you an idea of what's
yeah,
actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The reports,
Yeah, the
yeah.
reports.
and
So
the reports are kind of a combination of my research and they are user. A lot of them are user submitted.
Okay.
okay,
I actually for the bulk of my information, I teamed up with Dave Giuliano of the Shadowlands
Oh,
okay,
okay.
yeah,
and the ghosthunterstore.com.
okay, yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
so a lot of them are from that because that's what I used as a kid, basically.
Yeah,
So I always
That's
so
cool.
it's like awesome that he was able to. He gave me approval to use any of his information he's had.
man, that's a wealth of information
No
that you can
kidding.
use for
Yeah,
sure.
it pretty much. I mean, it pretty much tripled my locations. So
I bet.
I'm sure.
So obviously you got directions here. That's pretty
yep,
self-explanatory. Post. So this would be, let's say I'm a user and I've gone to this location. Is this where I would actually enter that information, or how
yep,
would I?
yep.
Okay,
It's mostly to give. Yeah, it's mostly a place to give your evidence of the place, or just kind of a
okay,
breakdown, whatever you want.
gotcha.
Uh, you can just post pictures too if you want. If you caught something
Well, I'm
crazy.
gonna click into this. So if you guys get an update, I'm sorry, I'm just doing it. But oh, okay, cool. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's
gotcha.
pretty simple. Yeah, you can just put whatever you want in the text about the
Okay,
location, and then you can. Yeah, if you caught anything, you can post that too.
That's
You don't have
really
sweet.
neat.
you don't have to post a picture at all. So
Okay, oh, that's really helpful. And then claim would be if you were the owner of the location, maybe.
the claim's actually different. It's almost like achievements. So if you're within a mile of a location, you can claim it, and it'll add that location to your profile.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
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 That was actually one of the requests I've got. One of the first requests I actually received. So I was like, yeah, that does sound cool.
That's pretty awesome.
That,
So do
yeah.
you do like a leaderboard and stuff like that?
We don't have a leaderboard. I have thought of that.
That's actually pretty cool. That would be kind of neat to see that. Be like, hey, X has been there that many
Yeah.
times.
But that's really helpful. I mean, if
Yeah,
Mhm.
you keep it and so you don't forget about it.
yeah, yeah, and you can recall it
That's a
when you
good
need
idea.
to. So
Yeah.
it's
So
almost like a
yeah,
journal in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
yeah,
that's really
yeah. Some
awesome.
people said it was like that's kind of like Pokemon Go for haunted places.
Yeah.
Pokemon Boo. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so we've got that location there.
And then the bottom is just like if anyone sees an issue with the location,
Oh,
that
gotcha.
just sends it straight to me.
Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
It's not, but yeah,
Let's I'll have to edit that out because I think our address showed up. All right, so we'll go back to Davenport
yeah.
here.
That's the only thing uh, with this is for the list. It'll go back to the start when you go back.
No, that
Okay.
makes sense though. I mean, it's going to use your location, so.
Yeah.
Most people aren't going to be showing this to the world. So.
No, they're not. Yeah, we are. Okay, so we'll go back to that. And you said down at the bottom.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay,
just
so issues.
if you see any
Weather
issues,
location.
yeah, just so people can let me know if there's something.
Okay.
So,
I
like, if
usually,
it's closed or
yeah, if it's
whatever.
closed or wrong name or anything like that.
Okay.
Well, and a lot of these places, unfortunately, are abandoned or in disrepair.
Yep.
So this would probably be a good place to say, hey, if you go to the second floor of this thing, be careful because you might fall through the roof.
Or no trespassing signs.
Right.
You probably shouldn't be there in the first place.
That too, yeah. I mean, we have that in our terms of service, but I know people don't.
Yeah, people
Like to read those.
always
Right.
listen to that. Yeah.
I've never done that. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not how I got into it.
Right, not at all. This is pretty cool. Okay, so here we got our list. So down here at the bottom, I see obviously you've got your list, and then map.
So
So I
yeah,
would
if you like the
imagine-
map version, which you're gonna have to block that out again, but
Yep.
That's okay.
so yeah, this will give you the map is a lot more. So it'll give you within 60 miles of yourself.
Okay.
Okay, let me get out of our area.
Well, it's not going to.
Oh, that's right, because it's
Yeah,
60
'cause-
miles.
Yeah, you
It's
can
doing
search.
from us.
You can search. It won't show your actual like a pinpoint, but you can search same thing if you want.
All right, we'll do that.
And the cool thing about this one is the search. If you click on something, it just kind of gives you a quick information thing, and it doesn't get you out of the page.
Oh,
So
that's really
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
So if you just want to look at like a location, you can do that, and then you can click above it anywhere to get out of it.
Okay,
Click somewhere
man,
else.
that's helpful. And then,
Well, look at all of those.
jeez,
And then I don't know if you can zoom in on this, but
we're gonna try it.
You know what's
Yeah,
interesting
it's kind
is
of-
they're all along that river.
it's
right
like
there.
a lot.
They
It's a
sure
big
are.
blob. Being there's so many locations there.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't let me zoom in. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, on your phone, it's just you just
Like a
zoom in
pinch
like
to zoom, right?
you
Right.
would for a map.
That's really interesting. And what's great is you're right. You can just click in and out of it. So if you're traveling, or you're let's
Go
say
to a
you
new
get-
city.
right?
and
You go to a
wanna
new
see.
city and you're like,
Uh-huh.
okay, let's take a look. Kind
I like to. I always like to use the map when I'm in like a Yelp or something. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
this is what I wanted the base to be really. So the list kind of just
itself.
the list kind of just came up and it was easier
Right.
for.
Well, and the list is
where you're at.
quicker.
Yeah.
You can just fly through it.
It
But
tells you exactly how many miles, whereas on a map it could be
yeah,
a lot farther than you think
No,
sometimes.
yeah, I love the list. This is how I envisioned it originally.
for
Yeah.
sure. What's interesting is you called it. Go look at that line for the river.
Right, that river, and
Yeah.
it's all right around there. All
Yeah.
of them. Look at that.
I know.
Even all
I
the
mean,
way
yeah,
up.
if you look at Davenport, it's all downtown.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I may be in town here, who knows, in the next 6 months or so. I may have to do this while I'm there. I'll work too. I'm just saying. Wow, okay. So, and then you've got, what's the one in the middle here?
No,
wow,
I should have
wait a
I
second.
should have cleaned this up. There's a lot of bots in here.
Oh, that's fine.
There's
It's-
bots
But this
everywhere.
is basically this is just going to give you here's where it starts actually.
Okay.
This is just going to give you like the latest evidence people have posted.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what location. This is just
Just
here's
the
some
most
evidence.
the most recent thing posted.
Gotcha. Okay.
And yeah, we don't have a ton of these yet just because this version of the app is pretty new.
Okay.
So
Well, I mean,
like we
hopefully that'll change.
I totally redid the app from scratch. I think about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And, yeah, so it's somewhat new.
Okay. And then the little circle here, is that profile?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't click that. I won't even seen that.
So yeah, I
then-
mean, but yeah, the profile, like once you start claiming locations, it will show on the bottom.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I could probably
Mhm.
show mine. Like it'll show. I don't know
Oh, there we go. Okay.
the location.
Okay.
Oh,
right here.
nice.
That's neat.
It would be kind of cool,
That's
not
like-
that I'm writing an app or anything, but it would be kind of cool to do like a leaderboard and badges and stuff like that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I have thought about that.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm kind of
really
thinking
interesting.
once more people start claiming and because the claiming and the posting is probably less than a year old. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
once
Well,
I
here,
get more people,
if there's not anything else, I'll go ahead and stop sharing so we can kind of talk a little bit more about it.
yeah, I think that's it. Notifications is just something. It's just notifications I would send out.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Not a
Yeah,
big
that's
deal there.
cool. Okay, so we'll go ahead and stop this. And there we go. Hey, how's it going? Okay, that's really cool. So, what, aside from maybe the dumb things that I said, what are you looking to do in the future with it? Are you looking to do more like customization? Are you looking for, um, where do you see it going?
Yeah, I'm always looking for new stuff. I always kind of open it up to suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that stuff is pretty new.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it basically started as just it was just a list almost.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's come a long way in the last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, for sure.
yeah.
Can
Um,
users submit like a location that they know of, or
yeah,
do they have to just
I guess we
contact
did
you?
miss
Or
that button. I think because we're in the search.
Gotcha.
okay.
But yeah, on the top of the list it says submit a location,
Okay.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
and that's why
So
we get a lot of ones that I have to edit just in case, like there's
I,
some bot.
Right.
There's always
Yeah.
going to
I'm
be
sure you
bot.
get a lot of that.
no, that's good because if I
Well,
know,
it could be actually dangerous
well,
too.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
could.
That
could
too.
be
Like if someone tries to
nefarious.
share personal
Yeah,
stuff or something.
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
pretty bad. That's pretty cool. So, are you looking at like corporate kind of buy-in type things? Or are you looking to kind of keep it sort of grassroots, or how are you looking at
Um,
going forward?
Probably mostly grassroots. Like I'm definitely open to like if someone wants to advertise anything. Like I've had a couple people advertise ghost tours on there,
Okay.
Hmm.
and then
Okay.
it'll just kind of show. It'll just say kind of ghost tour, and
Hmm.
then the location where the tour starts.
That's a
So
good idea.
Very cool.
I'm definitely open to anyone who wants to advertise, but I'm not really looking to. Uh,
Sure.
I've never really been looking to make money out of it. So
No, and that's cool because that, especially when you deal with the paranormal, as you know, everybody's looking to squeeze a penny out of just about
mhm.
anything. I mean, I'm not going to lie, we do it ourselves, but it's business. But what's
Yeah,
great is keeping it grassroots because it's kind of like I don't know, it's sort of like a playbook. You can share with other people.
Yeah.
That keeps it pretty cool. What about like premium type things? Are you looking to do something like that in the future? Like some kind of premium service to it, like a bolt-on add-on or something.
Um, I've thought about something like that, but I haven't put any too much depth into that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm always open to any suggestions though. So
Okay. Well, I
I
guess
also
we.
I guess one I've recently thought about is maybe adding like some kind of like event calendar for like Paracons, or if people have
Man, that'd
haunted
be
events that they want to go
super
live on or
helpful.
something.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Because
That's a really good
we
idea,
were just at a
actually.
con, and
Mm.
having something like that would be
Well, it'd help
immensely helpful.
advertise for them as well, I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
Yeah, and I've always seen
Mhm.
people like just like asking like, is anyone gonna go on live tonight or something like that? Like where if you were going live somewhere cool or something.
That'd be really neat. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that'd
that
work
would
out
be
well.
a good add-on.
Hmm.
But other
Okay.
than that, it's just like, kind of like, yeah, some of those suggestions I've got over the years, and then yeah, I'm just kind of working with what I got.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, it's in its baby stages. I'm
Oh,
excited to see where it goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because it's definitely grown since the first time we downloaded it. What, like a year ago, I
I
think,
think
is when we
so.
first discovered it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Uh,
we've seen definite improvement since then. So,
And
oh
it's
yeah.
available iOS, Android, the whole
Yep.
nine. So we're running iOS. So,
hmm
um, no, that's great.
Yeah, I
Okay,
run iOS too, but yeah, I make sure to test the Android one out just to make sure everything's going smooth and everything.
sure,
right, yeah.
absolutely. Okay, so we know that you've got this app. What now that we're kind of through that, what tell us a little bit about some of the places that you've gone as far as I know you said it's local, but we kind of like to try to get a beat on some of the things our guests have seen. Have you
Mm.
what's your craziest moment? What got you?
Um, well, being a skeptic, I just kind of like, I look for those kind of moments. So, but I haven't experienced something myself. That's kind of why I got into like, I want to investigate because I want to experience something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I don't believe in a lot of the intelligent stuff, but I definitely believe in like residual energy.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I guess one of the most things that got me would be we investigated a bookstore here, which is it's super old. It was owned 3 generations, and afterwards, I was just like, I've never been so drained in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I've definitely had the paranormal hangover that they say,
Yep.
but
Very
I was so
familiar.
tired, like I couldn't even hold my phone up at night. I just passed out.
Yeah,
We know the feeling.
we've gone through the paranormal drain quite a bit, and
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because, you always hear about these people that that are experiencing these sort of things, and they're like, okay, well, and they're always like, oh, I'm so tired, and then you're like, yeah, try it once, and you'll figure it out pretty quick. It is very draining.
No,
Definitely,
it's
yeah.
for real.
Eat more snacks and drink more water than you think
Yeah,
you ever will, or energy drinks, or
for
soda,
sure.
or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
especially
Nope.
try to find a cat ball at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, well, that's great. Well, listen, obviously, I know our audience is going to want to know, obviously, how to get it. Of course, you can get it through the App Store and everything, but kind
Mhm.
of, where can our audience reach you and just sort of get involved with what you're doing?
Yeah. I guess the best way to actually like talk or go through me in the community. We have Haunted Maps is on Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Okay.
Um, it's just at Haunted Maps at all 3 of those places. If
Okay.
anyone, yeah.
Yeah, I still can't get over X. I'm not going to X somebody.
I
I
just
still
started.
call it Twitter.
It's the
I can't
dumbest
help
thing.
it.
I mean,
I just started trying to call it X. It still feels weird.
it just
It does
feels
feel weird.
really weird. Yeah, I'm gonna X you. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth if you X me. But anyway, that's awesome. Well, yeah, that's great. Other than that, we appreciate you coming on and kind of sharing it with us.
Mm-hmm.
We've been wanting to have you on for a while, so we're pretty excited to kind of get you on and take a look
Mm.
at this app. And hopefully, moving in the future, we can kind of see some changes and kind of where it's gone from here. But yeah, if you guys are in our audience, take a look at this. It's really cool. Obviously, is we know Greg's got it on Android. We've got it on iOS. Haunted Maps. Take a look at it, download it. It's really cool. It's very useful, and hopefully this does some good for you and get it out there.
Yeah, yeah. I would love for more people to get involved, posting and everything like that.
Cool.
Great.
Awesome. Well, we'll follow you on all the X's and the tweets and
All the
the
social medias.
yeah. I always call it like UX face or something like that, or one of those things. Anyway, Greg, thank you so much for coming on,
Yeah,
and
thank you.
we look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Greg. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, that's interesting. You guys, if you were listening on the podcast, hopefully by now you've downloaded it. If not, come check it out. Well, we got the video on Facebook. Well, I tell you, I really have been sick. On YouTube, thank you. Um, but I think the thing I take away that I like about it is it seems to be evolving. It's going to change. I like that.
Well, as more, it's kind of like how I think about Ancestry.com.
Okay.
Well, back in the early days,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
with the DNA anyway,
Right.
with the DNA part, or even the regular part, with just searching for facts. The more people that join, the more people that give their DNA, the more you can like kind of narrow things down,
Yeah.
and the more information you get, the more pictures you get, the more history you get, and so bringing more people into the app, they're able to share more locations, more evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll just keep growing and growing and growing. But you know how when you start something,
Yeah.
it takes a while to build up and for
sure.
people to learn about it, and that's what we're trying to do, try to get it out there because it's really awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And we've used it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not as much as we probably should have, but like I said, some of these things are new since we had last opened up the app.
Right.
But just being able to, you can even put your address in.
Yes, you
And
can.
it'll just pop up the things that are, and half of these, like around where we live, I didn't even know about.
No, I didn't either.
Like, you know about the big locations.
Yeah.
Everybody always knows about that.
Right.
But like these little things, I was like, and a couple miles from our house.
I know.
Like 2 or 3 miles, and I'm like, I've never even heard of
And
that.
here we are, paranormal investigators with
Yeah.
a paranormal podcast.
But
and all that.
it's not like a big thing that people
Yeah.
go to rent out to investigate,
Right.
or it's not a personal home or anything like that. It's just like locations, like it might be the cemetery, and this is what people see at the cemetery,
Right.
or this is a road where they see like the spook lights, or they, I was reading a bunch of those, so that's really cool because
Very much so.
then you're not traveling hours and hours away. You've got so much more that you can investigate.
And I love the
you.
fact that he's keeping it grassroots, because that's
Yeah.
the most important part. If it comes too complicated,
Agreed.
it just doesn't work out that way.
Well, when anything goes big like that, or gets, with corporate, and it just kind of loses the heart and soul of why it was started in the first place.
True. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want badges. I want to earn stuff.
It would be kind of cool.
I want
Yeah.
a leaderboard.
I know you do.
I wouldn't.
It's because you like prizes for everything.
Well, it is what it is. I'm American.
When you go on a trail in the Jeep, so he just discovered this. When you go on a certain trails in the Jeep, you get little awards you can attach to the Jeep, and so he's just like so super excited about that. And so this just
It's not a little award.
it's the same.
I make it sound
it's
like
the same thing. Oh, I went to this place. Now I get an award.
It's not like I got a Dundee for the Jeep or something. This Jeep went out there and did this really great trail, and I got a badge of honor.
I know. It's okay. I'm just saying it's an award. It's the same thing as an award.
I got a Dundee or something. But no, it was good. I was glad to have him on.
Yeah. I really hope that everybody will go at least check it out. I mean, it's a free app. You don't have to pay anything for it. Download it. Tell people about it. Those of us in this field. And, you can add locations and share your evidence. And like you said, if they can start, putting on, oh, well, this person's going live or this Paracon's going on, there's more advertisement there. And it goes out to the core audience.
Yep.
The people that want to go to these things. So that's very, very important.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, tell us what you think. Download it, take a look. Like Nicole said, it doesn't cost you nothing. Get involved with it. Do some stuff. Update it. Let's flesh this thing out. Get it going pretty stout. Next thing you know, who knows? We'll map the entire world with all the scary places to go.
And send Greg your suggestions, because obviously he's listening to them, because he's already incorporated a few of the ideas in the app. So now it may not happen, right away.
No.
Because it does take time for that stuff.
For sure.
But yeah, definitely utilize it.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by, and we're excited to have the next few shows coming up, and get ready. They're going to be good.
They're going to be really good. Yeah.
So other than that, guys, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.